Welcome to this demo of placing CivilCells for use with the Dutch highway design standards. The CivilCells I'm going to, or the CivilCell I'm going to show is one of a few which are specially made for use of testing for the Dutch MX Users Association, the VNMG. To work with those CivilCells you have to download the Dutch workspace and the dataset VNMG and the CivilCells from our site www.ballesta.nl. Under the tab development and then downloads, you can download them for free. Alright, I have already placed the CivilCells in the workspace, but I will show you where to place them. So after downloading, you can go into the program data and then to the Bentley folder, in this case MX V8i, select series 3, and then the workspace NL, projects, examples, Bentley Civilmetric, and then the dgen lib, and then in the folder CivilCells, that's where they have to be. So, and then you can just place the project folder, the data set, somewhere on a location which is easy accessible for you, and start up the project, and you can open the file pr-vnmg-2rit.dgn. So this is an empty drawing. First of all, we need to import the alignments from our MX model, and before doing that we have to put in the model name, so the features will be okay. Entering the general geometry palette and then selecting import MX geometry from the active model. So what we're going to do, we're going to import the G strings and then import, and what we will see is a entry and a main alignment and an exit. So in further use, when testing, you can also use different CivilCells, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the entry, and first of all I want to place some corridors, for which I already made the model DWM, which is the design model for roads. It's already in the model field, so you can select it, and the CivilCells we have made have to be placed based on some reference lines, and one of the reference lines will be the entry axis, and we will place here a construction line, and we need the road marking, so that's why we will place a corridor. So I just activated place CivilCells, and I'm already working with a new update on SS3. So if this is grayed out, you just click next to the panel, and then you can activate the browse button. So we'll go into the place CivilCells, and I'll just show you how they're accessed. So this is the one we're going to place later on. So we'll go there after placing the corridors. So I will go into corridor modeling and then create corridor, and I will just reset for that, and I'll call it corridor main, and it will ask me to use which template, and I will do Alt page down, and I'll go into the temporary library which is within the workspace NL, the Dutch workspace, and we will go into section 5, which will place a 3-lane highway top surface. Okay, I will accept that, and I will do it, just place it just before and then till the end. Press Alt and it will automatically select the last point. I'll have an interval of 5, and this is placed, and then you will see the road markings as lane 1, 2, 3, and then this will be the marking we will use. And I will just escape that, and then first of all I will place a reference line, construction line, and it's already yellow. You can give it any color you want, but I'll take yellow, and I will select the end point of my entry axis, and then I will do a perpendicular on the main center line or axis. I'll accept that by resetting. So I have my reference from the entry, I have the reference on the end of the axis, and I have my road marking. I will place the corridor for the entry, accept it, corridor entry, and I will select Alt page down the AGR 1 lane. Okay, and I'll accept that. I will just start at the beginning and the end, 5 meter or 5 interval, and so corridors are placed. And as you can see, I've put the display style at smooth, and we can see here that the lines are still crossing, and the CivilCell will just clip everything in here, construct all lines, and that's what we're going to do now. So into CivilCells, select place CivilCell, and I've selected this CivilCell already. I'll show you again. It's the AGR in voegstrook, 1 lane, 120 kilometers an hour, and I will select this. So it will ask me the reference element, which is hulp line, which is the construction line at the end of the axis, and then it will ask me to select the alignment master string of the entry, and then it will ask me to select the DWM stripe road marking, and I'll select that too, and it will be placed. It will give me, it will show me how it's placed. So it looks alright. Now we'll select, I will accept it by resetting. Now it will ask me which corridors will be needed to be clipped. So I'll clip the main, and I will clip the entry, and I'll reset to complete. and then I can accept by clicking left mouse button in the drawing, and now it will calculate 2D and 3D. So all the CivilCells are working with reference lines, and I usually take them at the endpoint of an axis. That's because of the offsets. That's because the CivilCells are made with certain offsets from a point. Alright, I will escape this, and I can show you now what has been done. What we'll see is that the earthworks have been clipped and connected by a circle. The road markings have been done, and we also have extended it by with the lane, the entry lane, and we have some road markings at the end. Now, CivilCells are parametric, so we can alter them. After placing a CivilCell, you can just change the parameters. So for example, I will change the radius from 1 meter to say 1.5 meters, and it will be calculated 2D and 3D. And you can go back by using Ctrl Z, undo, or Ctrl R, redo. So now we'll leave it like this. What you can see in the 2D is that there's a boundary around the CivilCell, and there's a terrain model generated. On this terrain model we have applied material asphalt. That's more for visualization uses. If you don't want to see the if you just want to see the road markings, the strings, you can then go into the Project Explorer. We can go into the CivilCell, and we can go to optional references, no dependent elements, and we can go to the terrain model for the asphalt, which is called Fair Harding. So we can go into properties, and then we can turn off triangles, and we get the strings just how it's made. I'll leave them on for now. So also within the workspace we already made a design stage for just strings. It takes a while. So if we go back now to the terrain model, enter properties, and then turn off the triangles, you get within the 3D model the representation of the strings. So I'll go back and I'll change what we call the O measurement. It's gaping. We have a fillet placed in the CivilCell, and we can change this also, and it's a radius of 250, and I'm going to make it like a 400, and you don't see much change, so I'll bring it up to 500. Yeah, If you need more space within here, you can just alter this. So I will change this one also to 500. And you just saw here a little bit more widening. Let's make it 650. There it goes. So within 2D and 3D it will be changed, and in this CivilCell all the crossfall is a constant crossfall, which is also you can find that in within the CivilCell. So for example, I will go into a edge of pavement and it will show you the slope. So you could change it. Say we're going to do a -2%, and it will recalculate. I will Control Z, turn it back. So when creating CivilCells, and I will do another video on creating them or manipulating existing CivilCells, you can place other rules in them, and this will and I'll just change another one. For example, we have a distance of I believe 250 meters, the length of the entry, and I will try to change that into I need to find the horizontal, yeah, which is here. No, that's not the one. This is the one. So it's now 250 meters. Well, let's make it 150 meters. Needs to do some recalculation, but you can see now the distance has been modified, or the length has been modified. And the same we could do with this taper, and you need to have a good description of how the CivilCell has been made. And I'm thinking of how to edit it, so I have to select this one, the edge of pavement, and then I will make this like 75 meters. So, well, I hope you will start using CivilCells, at least try to test them, and this will conclude my demonstration. I hope you have been enjoyed this, and hope to see you back. Thank you for watching.